Once again, like, what can I even say that I haven't said before? A Barcelona training session, another unsuccessful hate watch. I mean, like, there's just so many ways that I can open up this video. Because what we saw today from Barcelona was nothing short of a dominant performance. And to be very honest, Mallorca are lucky that this game did not end 5 or 6-0. Because Barcelona were all over them. The fact that they left this game with only 1 goal is crazy. But we got to give a lot of credit to the only player that Mallorca had out there that showed up. And that's Olmo Roman, the goalkeeper. He is the man of the match, in my opinion. I know that they lost, but this guy was on smoke. He was the difference between Barcelona winning this game 5 or 6-0 to it just being a 1-0 victory. He made at least 10 saves today. What a performance. This guy literally channeled his inner Thibaut Courtois, little bit of Allison, sprinkle in some Buffon, maybe a dash of some Manuel Neuer in there. What a performance. I got to give this guy a lot of credit. Aside from that, Mallorca, they let us down, okay? The first half, this game gets started, and they introduced me to a vibe that they could not maintain. In the opening 10 minutes of this game, Mallorca had 3 or 4 very good counterattacking opportunities. And I'm sitting there like, hold on now. Maybe Mallorca got something for us. They didn't. They didn't. They showed me something that they weren't going to do for the rest of the game. Because when we all saw that 11, Mallorca came into this game and they ran a 5-4-1. They were not coming to Barcelona to play football. Barcelona have not seen that much terrorism in a very long time. They came to this game to scumbag their way to a draw. There's just certain formations that when you see it happen, you're like, these guys aren't trying to win. A draw would have been a win for them, essentially. But I'm not surprised. I mean, look, Barcelona are the best team in Spain right now, arguably the best team in the world, and they absolutely batter people. Mallorca don't have the quality to go toe-to-toe with Barca, right? I'm not surprised that they sat back. The only way for Mallorca to do anything this game was to hit Barca on the counter. And as I said, they did have some opportunities where they had a dangerous counterattack, and they blew it every single time. In the first half, Szczęsny, I think that he did a good job of handling the crosses that came in on those counters. But aside from that, Mallorca got cooked. This was 94 minutes of belt to ass. The tactics from Barcelona are phenomenal. Hansi Flick is a fucking genius. We have to remember, this is the same Barca team that last season were dirt. These guys did not win a trophy. The only thing that they added in the summer was Dani Olmo. And today, Dani Olmo is the guy that gets Barca the win. I don't even understand how this guy is playing. He shouldn't even be registered. What's going on with that? Florentino Perez, why did you help Barcelona register Dani Olmo? It makes no sense to me. Like, why are we helping them? Because he's been a very good player for them. I can't even call him Megan Rapinoe today. I think Pedri, he cooked. I think if it wasn't for Mallorca's goalkeeper, my man of the match would have been Pedri. The way that he was dictating tempo, right? Some of the passes that he was making, creating these chances. He is a top player. To be honest, I think everybody for Barca played well today. We saw Ansu Fati get minutes. Or, forget minutes. Ansu Fati started a game in 2025. This is not 2019, 2020, 2025. and Ansu Fati is starting games at Barcelona. I couldn't believe it. I actually think that he played well. My man went from peeling oranges and warming the bench at Brighton to actually putting in a decent shift for Barcelona. Now, I think Ansu Fati's Barca career is over. I think he leaves in the summer. But today, played well. Man like the tuna, Ferran Torres. I think he was solid today as well. Lamine Yamal, I think he cooked. The only thing that I could really criticize Yamal for is he didn't score. He had that great 1v1 chance. Another big save by Roman, the Mallorca goalkeeper. But Lamine Yamal today, every single time he got on the ball on that right side, he was causing problems. A lot of the attack was coming from that right side of the pitch. But he does have to, his finishing is so hit or miss. Like, we've seen this guy score some big goals before, but a lot of times, it's just not where it should be. But only 17 years old, he will definitely get better. I think the game plan for Mallorca, obviously, sit back, soak up the pressure, hit them on the counter. It looked like it could work, but Barca were just applying way too much pressure. The second half kicks off, and Mallorca concede in the first 45 seconds. I knew it was over from then. Because now you're going to have to come out of your comfort zone, and now you have to attack Barca. And even with them needing a goal, Barca were still all over them. Like, Mallorca barely had the ball in Barcelona's half. They scored a goal, but it was ruled offsides because of the guy's shoulder. I think that's a stupid rule by VAR, by the way. Like, if his shoulder is offsides, how does that give him an advantage? Like, who the hell cares? But that's neither here or there. Barca, they rotated, and they still cooked. I think maybe the weakest player on the pitch today for them was maybe Hector Fort. I think he was kind of mid today, even though he didn't have that much to do. But a lot of those counterattacks that we saw, it was on that left side of Barca's defense where Mallorca were finding a little bit of success. But nah, Barca just absolutely dominated, right? They controlled possession. They dictated the tempo of the game. They had like 40 shots. It's crazy. Mallorca had 8 guys defending this match. And Barcelona were still finding ways to break them down and create all these chances. Again, if it was not for that goalkeeper, this would have been a historical kind of ass whipping. Like, you guys remember what Barca did to Valencia? What was it, like 7 or like 5 or something like that? That's what we saw today. A criticism that I do have, though, right? Lamine Yamal. Why does he play 90 minutes every single week, basically? Even when you guys were leading 1-0. What's the point in subbing off Ansu Fati? Fati does not get minutes. He's not going to play in the Copa del Rey final. He's not going to play against Inter Milan. Why not give Lamine Yamal a rest? See, this is why Barca young players that come through get injured. Because you guys overuse them, right? Lamine Yamal this season has already been dealing with issues. Pedri in the past, injuries, right? Marc Bernal, injured. Casado, injured. Alejandro Balde is now dealing with injuries. Who else? Ansu Fati, injuries. It's crazy. But now look, dominant performance from Barca. This was a little bit similar to what we saw from Real Madrid against Bilbao, right? Because you see how I'm giving Barcelona credit. I could have been shameless. The same way that people on my Real Madrid Bilbao match reaction were saying, oh, only 1-0? You could only beat Bilbao by 1 goal? Maybe I should have trolled. Maybe I should have came out and said, you only beat Mallorca 1-0? But see, I'm not an idiot. I watched the game, okay? And I realized how good of a performance Mallorca's goalkeeper had, and their defense were blocking a lot of shots. It's very similar to what we saw when Madrid played Bilbao. Now, we didn't have as many shots as Barca did, but we created a lot of chances that game, right? We had a lot of, well, not a lot of shots, it's Barca, but we had a good amount of shots that got blocked. Unai Simon had a big performance as well, but people didn't want to talk about that. You know what it is? A lot of you guys only watch the game through SofaScore, through FOTMob, any of the stat websites. Like, so there might be people in the comment section that say, yo, bro, how are you saying that Barcelona cooked and it's only 1-0? Brother, we just watched the game. That was 94 minutes of BTA. Gotta hold my hands up and say fair enough. Now, Barcelona are 7 points clear, right? Real Madrid do have a game where we gotta respond. We gotta try and close that gap, right? I know that it feels like this La Liga title race is over, but in my opinion, we're still involved. Now, if we lose against Getafe, it's over. But we gotta keep applying that pressure to Barca because in case they stumble, we need to be there to capitalize. But Barca, they are back clear by 7 points. But don't count us out. Barca got Inter Milan coming up. They got some extra games, and they got to find a way to rotate in the league. I'm telling you, crazier things have happened. But even if some way, somehow, Barca did fall off, bro, they are the best team in Spain. Like, they've been clear of us. So, I mean, look, we'll see what happens. But the La Liga title race is definitely heating up. It's interesting. But now, Barcelona, they do control their own destiny from here. Another dominant performance. The hate watches this year, since the second half of this season has come, they've just been so uneventful. These guys have only lost one game in 2025. This is crazy. Hansi Flick, bro. He is the difference. He is the reason why Barcelona looks so dominant. He is the reason why they are cooking at the moment. What a manager. And I remember when Barca first signed him, I gave them credit. I said, yo, you don't bring in a Hansi Flick and you're trying to rebuild. Hansi Flick is a win-now manager. And that's exactly what he's done. This guy's changed Rafinha's life. Rafinha should be selling CDs in the favelas in Sao Paulo, okay? This guy should be a mechanic in fucking like Rio de Janeiro or whatever the hell it's called. Barcelona wanted to sell Rafinha for a pack of Skittles and a watermelon Arizona. And now this guy is on track to win a Ballon d'Or. This guy has worked miracles. Fucking hell, man. It's so jarring seeing Barcelona go out there and beat the hell out of some teams. And then I gotta go put on Real Madrid. And then I'm seeing us struggle. I'm seeing us do individual brilliance. Like, what the hell, man? I'm getting pissed off, bro. I really am.